This is the second lesson. Unfortunately, because I am on my mobile network, I am not sure that there will be enough internet for me to submit to turn on my video. But I will be able to show you guys my screen. So I think that should be okay. But unfortunately, I think no video today. Living in Uzbekistan, it is what it is. Everyone has had these problems. Let's begin. Today we're going to be talking about, if I am going to turn on the video, 1 second. Okay, I think you guys can hear it. So I think you can see it. So today we're going to be talking about relationships. And in general, relationships are topics to do with, describe a friendship that you have, or describe, stuff like that, basically. Anytime you have some kind of topic about other people, you can use this vocabulary. In general, it's very good vocabulary. That's the topic, the grammar topic for today. The vocab topic for today. The grammar topic is going to be linking words, and there's actually going to be more vocabulary here, but you don't have to use this as homework. This is just, you don't have to write the 2 sentences for each of those words. This is just going to be for this will be so that you understand how that works and stuff. Yeah. So let's begin with the vocabulary for today. Let's get to it. To break up. You use this word anytime you're trying to explain some kind of situation where you have a girlfriend or you have a boyfriend and you stop talking to them, basically. That's called to break up. To give you an example sentence, you could say, I broke up with Jessica yesterday because she cheated on me. Yeah. To drift apart, next one, is kind of similar to break up. To drift apart is used when you're talking about not being so close. So you don't want to date them anymore, basically. You don't really care about them as much. So that's called to drift apart. Next one is to enjoy someone's company. You use this whenever you want to talk about liking to be friends with someone. An example sentence would be, I enjoy my friend's company, or I enjoy Jessica's company, right? So it's you like being with her physically, in the same place. Basically, that's what that means. Let's get to the next one. To fall for. So this means to fall in love with someone. So you guys know what fall in love means, right? There is also fall in love, and there's also fall for. It has the same exact meaning. It's it means that you start loving someone, basically. Yeah. Next word is fall head over heels in love. Actually, I think, that's it. So these two are kind of similar. Fall for, fall head over heels in love. You can also just say head over heels in love by itself, and that means crazy in love. It means you really, really like someone. It means completely. Yeah. You could, and you don't even need to say head over heels in love. You can just say head over heels. Next is to fall out with, and this means to not be friends with someone, to have a conflict. So an example of this would be, actually another thing, I'm going to write this down here. Have a falling out with. Do. God. Oh, no, habit. No, okay, I'm not good at spelling. Let me just explain this. To have a falling out with means to have some kind of conflict. And these two can be used kind of similarly, but you would never say to falling out with. That's incorrect. So if you want to say falling out, you have to say have a falling out with. And what it means is basically to have a conflict. So let me give an example of both of these. To fall out with, you would say, I fell out with John and we're not friends anymore. Or you could say, why are you not friends with John? We had a falling out. So that's what you would say. I don't know this. To get on well is good. We use this whenever we're talking about some friend or some person that you are close to, and that you it's easy for you to talk to that person. So that you get on well with them because it's easy for you to talk to them. Let's move on. These are actually very good. Yeah, you should learn all of these. These are all great, except this one. I don't really know about this one. To get on like a house on fire. I'm going to delete that. Next one is to get to know. So you use this whenever you're talking about like meeting some person, but then also talking to them more and then becoming friends with them. So that's like that means like one second. Sorry. To get to know means like to find more information out about some kind of person. You can also use this romantically. So, for example, I'm getting to know some person, and like that means that you want to start dating them. Next is to go back years. So this is a verb, but it's used without a subject. Here's how it's used. Here's an example sentence. Yeah, I know John. We go back years. This means that you know them for a long time, basically. But you do not have anything after this. You use this at the end, like a very short sentence. Yeah, we go back years. You don't put it, so you cannot say like, we go back years with John. That's incorrect. It's like, I know John, comma, we go back years. That's it, yeah. So it means to know someone for a long time. To have a lot in common means to have a lot of interests that like are the same. It can be more than just interests. It can be like, for example, your personal qualities. Like, for example, someone is American and I'm American. They're a man, I'm a man. They have an IELTS channel, I have an IELTS channel. So we have a lot in common. It's not just about interests. It's also like personal information. Next is ups and downs. This is like good and bad situations in life. Another one is you could say like an emotional roller coaster. That's kind of a synonym for that as well. I'm going to write down emotional roller coaster. Emotional roller coaster. So these are kind of the same. It's like having some bad situations and some good situations, and it's kind of all mixed together. So yeah, it's like, for example, if someone asks you, how is your relationship with, Jessica? We have ups and downs because she is abroad right now, for example, something like that. I don't know why I keep saying Jessica. Let's just imagine that I have a girlfriend whose name is Jessica. I have no idea who it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. Next is a healthy relationship. So the opposite of this is a toxic relationship, and it basically means like a relationship that helps you in life. Like, for example, if you're dating somebody, like your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and they help you, they talk to you, they're a good person, that's a healthy relationship. If they are always mean to you, if they tell you that you're ugly, that's a toxic relationship. Yeah. You can use this in different situations. Next is to hit it off. So this means to start a relationship and to quickly become good friends. You can use this for friends or for romantic relationships. Both are fine. An example sentence would be, I met John and we hit it off because we both like video games, for example. Yeah. Next is to be in a relationship. Usually when you have the word relationship, you say to be in a relationship. So, for example, like I'm currently in a relationship with someone. Here's the opposite of that, which is just good friends. The word just here means that you're not dating, basically. And it's like, if somebody asks you like, hey, do you want to date? You can say, no, let's just be good friends, right? That means like, I don't want to date you. Yeah. Next is to keep in touch with. This means to continue contact. For example, like if somebody goes abroad, you can keep in touch with them. Or for example, if you are you break up, but then you keep in touch, that means you are still talking. Yeah. Let's move on. Give me a second. I'm going to drink some coffee. Yeah. The opposite of this is to lose touch. And there's two options to use this. Actually, to use this one, there's two options, both of these. You can use both of them if you say, I lost touch with someone. But you can actually say keep in touch as a phrase if you want to tell somebody to keep in touch. So you can just say, let's keep in touch. That means I want to continue talking to you. Yeah. Next one is love at first sight. I think this idea is the same in a lot of different languages. It basically means whenever you really, really love someone, right after meeting them for the first time, like immediately. So that's called love at first sight. Next is pop the question. So what does this actually mean? This means if you want to marry somebody, but you are scared of asking the question, like you have not asked it yet, when you ask, that's called pop the question. Yeah. And you can use this in different situations. In general, it's a really cool phrase. I really recommend you to use it. It's just, yeah, I like it. So yeah, pop the question. Like, you know, John, have you popped the question to your wife yet? So that's what that means. Yeah, so that's about it for the vocab part of this lesson. All of the other words are also very good, but we're not going to be going over them. Let me remove one of these. Actually, all these are great, but I'm gonna remove this. Okay, we're gonna keep that. Settle down. Let's check it. Okay, cool. So all of these are very good phrases. Let's keep them. Let's go over some pronunciation. So everybody, y'all should get ready. I'm going to say the word. Today I'm going to say it only one time because there's no difficult words. I'm going to say it one time and you repeat after me. So let's get to it. To break up. To drift apart. To enjoy someone's company. To fall for. To fall head over heels in love. To fall out with. Have a falling out with. To get on well with. To get to know. To go back years. To have a lot in common. To have ups and downs. Emotional roller coaster. A healthy relationship. A toxic relationship. To hit it off. To be in a relationship. To just be good friends. Sorry. To be just good friends. To keep in touch with. To lose touch with. Love at first sight. To pop the question. Perfect. All right, good. Great job, guys. Let's continue. Let's get on to the next part. Yeah, so for today, we're going to be talking about connectors and linking words. Let me drink some coffee. 1 second. Delicious. Coffee truly is a gift. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about connectors and linking words. And yeah, as this paragraph says, as both of these paragraphs say, linking words are basically phrases that are used to connect different sentences together. So here's the difference so that you understand, right? You have two sentences and they are separate from each other. To give you an example, I guess you could say something like, here. John went to supermarket. Okay, so two sentences. John went to the supermarket. I cooked the spaghetti with cheese. These two sentences are not connected at all. If we do this, John went to the supermarket. After this, I cooked a spaghetti with cheese. These two sentences are now connected. Just by this, like logic, these two sentences are completely better now because of the fact that they are connected. And this is the same with your speaking. As a whole, every single paragraph should begin most of the time with some kind of linking word. Every single sentence should most of the time, well, not every single sentence, but every other sentence, almost every sentence should begin with some kind of linking word. In general, linking words are very, very useful. And yeah, we're going to go over exactly how to use them in the best ways and what linking words specifically I recommend for which functions. Because the way you divide linking words, like how do different linking words work together, it depends on this. If we go down, it depends on the function. So, for example, here, This is like the first thing you say. Oh, sorry, what? First, the second, and third, and conclusion to summarize. I don't actually know why. Oh, okay, these are synonyms. So this is like, firstly, in conclusion, to summarize the following, as a result of. So these are like the same. Also, if you go down right here, I'm going to send this to you. So, for example, adding more information. Another reason is also, as well as time phrases, at the moment, at present, at now, these days, nowadays. So all of these are very good, and they are divided by function. So this is how you learn different thinking words. Yeah, this is not the same as conjunctions. So the difference is conjunctions are parts of speech, right? Which are, it's like a separate thing. Specifically, it's fanboys, for and nor, but, or, yet, so. These are like 7 words. 7 words, and they have specific functions. It's a grammatical thing. We are not going to be talking about that in this course. And there's also other linking words, like for example, because, also. So some linking words are conjunctions, but not every conjunction is a linking word. None of this information is on the paper because you don't need any of it. That doesn't matter. What is important for you is this. Whenever you use a conjunction, whenever you use a linking word, you are taking your speech to the next level. Because without linking words, you are going to lose on coherence and cohesion. As a whole, your coherence and cohesion score almost completely depends on connectors and linking words. Another thing that your coherence and cohesion score depends on is, like, for example, if you are logically connecting your ideas. So, for example, like whenever you begin your speech, right, is it, are you saying like why you are speaking about some kind of thing? Like, is there a purpose behind it, like this and that? And we're going to talk about this today, but mainly what I want to say is, yeah, this is how you take your speech next level. This is the grammar that we're going to be talking about today. So linking words are very useful for coherence and cohesion. You use them at the beginning of sentences. Let's continue. Here are the 4 main tips and the 4 main things that you should be doing. Number 1, avoid overuse. Do not use the same linking words over and over again. You will sound incorrect. It will sound like a robot. It sounds very strange. I do not recommend this at all. Always change your linking words. There's a lot of different kinds of synonyms. Number 2, use them accurately. There's a lot of options. As you can see on this list, there's a lot of them. Some of them are not correct in every single situation. For example, I do not recommend actually to start sentences with the word and. I think that and should be used between sentences, not at the end, like at the beginning of sentences. So I recommend you to use and only whenever you are like, one second. You only use and at between sentences. So in the middle of sentences. So yeah, yeah, that's it. Use many of them. This is the same for writing and for speaking. Use different ones. It's good for you. And last one is replace ahs and ums with linkers. So this is kind of something I also talk about. Like, to one extent, actually saying things like helps your speech because you are. This is kind of a difficult topic. I can send a research paper into the group. It has been proven that whenever you are listening to someone speak, if they are using sounds like and it's actually easier to understand what they're saying because of the parsing of the speech. It's a completely different topic. But in general, whenever you're speaking, if you want to be more clear, if you want to be more understandable, instead of saying things like and like if you hear me right now, most of the time I do not say and I use linkers. I express what part of the listening you are. Like, are you at the beginning? Are you to the end? What part are you in, right? And that is exactly the same way your speaking should be for part 2. You should try to say, like, overall, I believe that in the beginning. You should say, in conclusion, at the end. Logical, right? But then also, in the middle of the speech, you should say something like, if you're going to add another reason is, or if you're going to say, like, 2 sides, you can say, I think one important thing is, like that. And I do this a lot, and yeah, it's important to see that. For some reason, it's not showing my screen. What? Okay, my thing crashed. Well, that's fine. It is what it is. All right, let's do this. I'm going to be answering some questions by myself right now. And remember, you guys should be listening and writing down the ideas and the vocabulary that I'm using. I'm going to try my best to use the vocabulary from today's lesson. For some reason, sorry, give me a second. My Microsoft Word stopped working. Technological problems. Okay, perfect. I think you can see it now. So let's get back to it. Yeah, I'm going to be using the vocabulary for today, and also I'm going to be using the grammar. The grammar topic, which is like connecting words. So yeah, let me start by doing some part 1 questions, and then I think we'll move on to something else. Yeah, so let's get to it. Remember, right now you're supposed to be writing down the ideas and vocabulary that we know. All right. Do you see your friends often? Yes, I have a lot of friends that I keep in touch with, and some friends that I go back years with. But in general, it's very easy for me to drift apart with my friends if I don't enjoy their company. Very good. I used so much vocabulary. That was great. The word "in general" was a linking word. It's used whenever I'm like concluding, basically. All right, next question. Let's move on. Next question. What do you like about your close friends? To tell you a bit about the people that I get on with, usually those are people that we have. Usually with those people, we have a lot in common. We don't have a lot of ups and downs because usually the friends that I like are friends that I have a healthy relationship with. Also, if we hit it off at the beginning, we're probably going to stay good friends for a long time. So that was also pretty good. Used a lot of vocabulary. In general, I started the speech with a pretty good linking word. Let's move on to a couple part 3 questions. What do you think is the ideal time to get married? I think that you should get married after you know everything about the person. You need to see eye to eye on so many things. And you should pop the question not after you fall in love at first sight, but after you have been together for, I don't know, at least 1 year. I think that in order to tie the knot completely, you have to work on your relationship and you have to truly be invested in the other person, which can be difficult if you did not fall head over heels for them in the first place. Yeah. So there, I kind of I did everything. Yeah, pretty good. Some vocabulary, some grammar. Now I'm not going to be focusing on the vocabulary. I'm going to be focusing on the grammar. So I'm going to be trying to use as many connectives as possible. So listen to that and try to find all of the connective words that I used. Next question. Is it important to keep in contact with our friends when we're in a relationship? One second. Yes, I think that it is imperative. For me, the main thing is you need to separate your romantic friendships and your friendships. And you need to dedicate equal time to both of them. For me, for instance, it can be very difficult because when I'm in a relationship, oftentimes I forget about my friends. And the main reason is because I dedicate myself to any person that I like. Another reason is I think that relationships are more important than just friendships. But this can be different for different people. I think that a lot of people could disagree with this. And fundamentally, I think that it's about the personality of each person. And the personality of each individual and whether they want to be in a relationship or not. Yeah, that was that was a lot of different kind of linking words in one answer. Usually you don't use that many linking words. Hopefully you kind of understood the idea. Linking words are used in different situations. Don't use that many in one speech. Anyway, perfect. Yeah, I think that's about it for today's examples section. Hopefully all of you wrote down the ideas. If not, you should go back to this recording and write down which ideas I was talking about. Now let's do this. I'm going to be one moment. Okay, now I'm going to be asking you guys some questions and I'm going to be giving you feedback. Yeah, let's get to it. Here is the list of people for today. One moment. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, let's get to it. Feedback time, baby. All right, De La Cruz, please raise your hand. De La Cruz, you have your test on the 16th of August. Very soon, very exciting. Hey, yeah. All right, so, please say hi so that I can hear you. You are muted. You muted your microphone.
Hi, Alex.
Okay, give me 1 second. I need to change my headphone settings. One moment. Wait. Okay, please say something.
Hi, Alex.
Hi. Perfect. I can hear you. So I'm going to be now asking the question. Are you ready?
Me?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you ready for your question?
Can you repeat?
Yes. Are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. So, your question is this. Do you have any friends who you have known for a long time?
Okay. Is it part one question?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I have a lot of friends, but we haven't met for several years, and I think that we should keep in touch with them from time to time, because that's really important to meet with friends, and especially I really love to enjoy someone's company. That's why I think that we should meet.
Okay, awesome. So in general, let me give you some feedback. Met. So you said we haven't meet, right? And this is not bad, but it would be more correct to say we haven't met. So yeah. Yeah, in general, not bad. Keep in touch from time to time is pretty good. You used a lot of linking words and you used a lot of topic vocabulary, which is perfect. Thank you so much for using the lessons that I'm teaching. It makes me very happy. Yeah, I would say that you need to work a little bit on. Also, your pronunciation is pretty good. Good job with the pronunciation. You need to work on using a little bit more academic vocabulary. So topic vocabulary and academic vocabulary are a little bit different. Academic vocabulary is like things like, here is an example, academic vocabulary. For this topic, you could say something like frequency. The word frequency means how often something happens. So you could say like, I think the frequency of meeting your friends, something. So try to use more academic vocabulary specifically, not just topic-related vocabulary, but academic vocabulary. That is two different things. But yeah, thank you so much for answering the question.
Okay. Thank you too.
Work on academic vocabulary. You'll do good. Have a great day.
Thank you too. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, I just got a question from a person in our chat. Shahur Karimov asked, can you mention how to avoid saying and how to be more fluent? So let's actually talk about it. There's different techniques for this, and the way I do it is I stop myself. How I did this is I practiced a lot of practicing. Specifically, what I did is there's this kind of game It's kind of terrible, to be honest. It's not a very fun game. You have a timer for 1 minute, and you need to speak about some kind of topic, any topic. You need to speak for 1 minute without saying the word or or something like that. If you say one of these words, you have to restart the timer. If you do not speak for 5 seconds, you have to restart the timer. And this game is very good for training yourself to speak more clearly, but also this game can be a little bit hard. In general, it's perfectly okay to say and sometimes, but it is not advisable to say it too much. Do not say it a lot. Only sometimes, like 1 or 2 times maybe in the whole speaking. So yeah, sorry, not in the whole speaking. In each section, I think 1 or 2 times is okay. Anyway, yeah, so this game is what I'd recommend. Very good question in general. Yeah, great job. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Yeah. The next person is going to be Umida. Please raise your hand in the chat. Umida, hello. Umida, please raise your hand in the chats. That's not Umida. Umida, where are you? Okay, Umida is not here. That's very sad. Let's all cry for her. Next person is Akbar. Please raise your hand. Sir, Mr. Akbar. You have your test on the... Hi, Akbar. Hey, what's up? Please say something so I can hear you.
Are you a man?
I am a man. Did you say, are you a man, or did you say, how are you, man?
I said man.
Okay, awesome. Well, happy to see you, Akbar. Are you ready for your question?
Yeah, I was waiting for this.
Awesome, let's do it. So, your question is, do you think marriage is still as important as ever?
Yes, I think that if you look at the current situation, marriage is becoming less, how can I say, less common, because in European and US states, people getting in marriage in very older age, but in Asian countries, it's not a problem.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
Are you finished? Okay. So let me give you some feedback. This is part 3. Your answer was a little bit too short. I feel like you gave some interesting topics, but you could have talked a bit more. You could have added more different kinds of information. Like this answer was, I think, around maybe 4 sentences, 3-4 sentences, but the sentences were quite short. So I feel like you could have said more. For example, you could mention something about the fact that, like, 1 second, the differences between marriages in the past and marriages now, something like that. For example, like how nowadays marriages are more different, like for example how the wife is working sometimes, or something like that. Like talk about the difference between liberal and conservative, so something interesting like that, because it's a quite big topic. You could talk about a lot of things about marriage. Yeah, but I like how you talked about like different countries. You could talk a little bit more, I think, about different cultures. There are some problems with your grammar. So for example, you said, how can I say? Instead of saying, how can I say, you should say, how do I put it? Actually, I'm going to write this into the chat.
How do I put it?
Yeah, this is for everybody. Always please use it like this. How can I put it is the best phrase for this kind of thing, like if you are confused on what you're going to say. So yeah. Let's move on. Next question is, sorry, not next question. Next piece of feedback is in very older age. So here I think you should say something like at an older age, right? Yeah. You get it?
Yeah.
At an older age. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So I'd say work mainly on your grammar, your pronunciation and fluency and all that stuff is pretty good. Work on your grammar, make sure that you're speaking a bit more like clearly and you're saying things a bit more correctly. Yeah, and use a little bit more topic-related vocabulary. I was kind of missing that, but your academic vocabulary is pretty good. So yeah, that's it. So thank you so much, Akbar, for today. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next person. I almost ended the call. The next person is going to be Muhammad Hoja, 20th August. Muhammad Hoja. Please raise your hand. Muhammad Hoja. I love that name. As I always say, Uzbek names are awesome. They're really amazing. Like, if I ever go to America, if I go back to America, right, or like, I don't know, Britain or Australia, and someone there is named Muhammad Hoja, he's going to be like the most popular person there because it's a beautiful name. Okay, Muhammad Hoja is not here. He's going to be here maybe next time. Next person is Husnuddin Yusupov. I think last time, didn't we give you feedback last time? Hi, Husnuddin. Have I given you feedback before? I feel like I have.
No, we didn't. I said I was going back from the work, so I didn't do it.
Oh, awesome, cool. Are you at home right now or not? Yes.
Yeah, I'm at home right now. I'm comfortable.
Thank you. Perfect. Exactly. Thank you for following instructions. That's great. Okay. So are you ready for your question?
Yeah, I am.
Awesome. Let's do it. So here's the question. I'm going to read it to you. Your question is it important to keep in contact with our friends when we're in a relationship?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Is it important to keep in contact with our friends when we are in a relationship?
Well, I think it's really important to keep in touch with people who we are close with, because the relationship that we are having with someone else, like intimate relationship, does not necessarily need to deter us from having friends or other kinds of relationships.
Okay, I'm going to give you like a little bit more space. Please say some more because that's only 2 sentences. That's not enough. Talk a little bit more.
Well, honestly, I have no idea. That's why I just stopped it.
Okay. Well, first of all, your topic vocabulary is great. Your academic vocabulary is great. In general, not too many problems with pronunciation or with anything like that. Like, listen, it's very easy to add different kind of topics. I'm going to mute you for a second because I can hear myself later. Okay, so your, like, for example, this question, right? Is it important to keep in contact with our friends when we're in a relationship? You could talk about personal problems. You could talk about, for example, like, you could talk about the differences between a relationship and a friendship. You could talk about whether you think friendships are more important or relationships are more important. Like, there's a lot of different topics that come out of this topic that are connected to the topic. You do not have to answer 100% directly about the question. You can expand the topic. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like you did a great job, but the answer was just way too short. Like, try not to answer like that for speaking part 3. Answer a bit longer. Your vocab and your pronunciation and everything is like really nice, but just make the answers longer. Man.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So in general, awesome. Yeah, great. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you too.
See you. Bye. Alrighty. Next person. Okay, so Muhammad Hoja and Umida, if you are here, please raise your hands. Muhammad Hoja. They are not here. Oh, Muhammad Hoja! Yeah, Muhammad Hoja! What's up? I unmuted you. Can you hear me?
Hi, Alex, bro. What's up?
I'm doing great. I love your name so much. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing great. So let's begin. I'm going to ask you a question. Are you ready? It's part 1.
Yeah, I'm ready.
What do you like about your close friends?
And the most notable thing is that I like my friends is that, and most of the time I keep in touch with them on the Telegram or the Instagram, and due to these activities, I reduce my stress level when I burn out. So that most of the time I go to the different places, relaxing places such as public place, and uh, such as cafe or different garden, and there we talk about our life issues and life skill. Then doing these activities and playing games with my friends gives me relaxation from the outside pressure.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Let me give you some feedback. I'm going to make you a little bit more quiet. Yeah. So, first of all, good answer as a whole. I think that it maybe was a little bit too long because this is part one, but overall it was not bad. You used good academic vocab and you used good topic-related vocab, so that's not a problem. But the biggest problem is synonyms. So your connectors, 50% of the time, you were just saying the word and like I think that you are using it instead of the word because you said during this activities and games, right? And it's like you find synonyms for the word and. You could use as well as, so during these activities as well as some games, something like that. There's a lot of synonyms. And another thing is, you said different places, relaxing places. So here you need some kind of word between them because otherwise it's incorrect. You cannot say you cannot say different places, relaxing places. Like that's just grammatically incorrect. But otherwise, that's pretty good. Try to find synonyms for connected words. Use more different kinds of connected words, and then you're going to be great. Thank you so much for your question. I hope that feedback was good. I hope you have a great day. See you. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Let's move on to the next person. Okay, and lastly, Umida. Not lastly, but for right now. Umida, please raise your hand. Umida, hi, what's up? Umida, hi. Hi. I have unmuted you. Please say hello, Umida. Umida, hello? Can you hear me? Umida. Earth to Umida. Calling Umida. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, I don't think she's here. That's fine. We're gonna move on. Okay. Someone in our chat, or someone here, Babur, I think. Babur, please raise your hand. Babur, sir, Mr. Babur. Hello? Hello? Babur? Is there a Babur in the chat? There should be a Babur. Babur. Hello. Okay, I don't think there's a Babur. Okay, let me go over the list of people from the poll. Give me 1 second for that. 1 second. My internet on my computer is not working for some reason. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to say this right away. For some reason, my internet is not working once again. Technical issues. For today, I think the feedback session is finished. In general, today's lesson is finished. Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to be, I think, asking more people tomorrow because today I only asked 4 people. It should be around 6 every single day. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for coming to the lesson, and thank you so much for listening. I apologize for the internet issues. This will be solved tomorrow. I will fix this. Have a great day, everyone, and bye-bye. See you all. Yeah, remember to do your homework, and I will upload this file into the group, and it will have all of the homework for today. So yeah, have a great day. Bye-bye. See you guys. Oh, wait, Umida, are you here? Say hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay, let's do your feedback session, and then we will finish the lesson. Yeah. Okay, so are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Okay, here is your question. Here's your question. What do you think is the ideal time to get married?
Well, I think ideal time for marriage is difficult for some reasons because people, if people do not know each other, it will be hard for the happy marriage. And also, I think the best time for marriage is 23 or 24.
This is a part 2 question. Part 3 question. Maybe you want to add some more information?
I have no idea. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, listen, as I said before, it's not really about having ideas. It's about connecting different kinds of new topics. So for this question, right, the question is it important, what do you think is the ideal time to get married? Okay, 23, 24. Now talk about why. Why 23, 24? Is it about financial stability? Is it about having children? Is it about parents? Is it about culture? Talk a little bit about different cultures. For example, do you think people in the USA, do they get married at 24? Do people in Africa get married at 24? There's so many topics that you can talk about. This question is very broad. Do not focus on the question, what is the ideal time to get married? Open the question for yourself. Talk about your peers. Maybe if you know some people who are very old but not married, talk about if you think that's okay or not. So many ideas. Umida, what do you mean there are no ideas? Like, come on, there's a lot of things that you can talk about. Your vocabulary is pretty good. Grammar is also okay. Try to focus on adding different kinds of topics. If your answer is this short for part 3, everything else doesn't matter. You need to make your answers longer, all right?
Yes, thank you.
That's the main thing. Just remember, like, expand the topic. And I really recommend to listen to my audios that I send into the channel, like my samples, because I always include more and more and more different kinds of information. Remember, like, you can ask yourself questions. For example, what do you think is the ideal time to get married? 23. Why? Because people will be more financially successful. How? Because whenever you are 23, you already finished university and you have a very stable job. How does that help? If you are living together, it's easier if both of you have money and can pay something. Like, so many different kinds of topics. Remember to ask yourself questions, and that's it. Yeah. So really, don't worry about ideas. You'll do great. I promise you. Remember to participate in the course and to listen to the samples, and you'll get there. I promise you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. All right, so one last important thing, everybody. So that's it for today. One last important thing. Please join the Q&A that is going to be in the main channel today at 9:30. So after 25 minutes, there will be a Q&A session. Think about your biggest questions about the live session that will be on the 21st. So Sunday on the 21st, there's going to be a live lecture, which is like a one-time lesson. And it will be live, so offline, right? So you will see me in real life if you join. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, you can also buy online tickets, and you are going to get exclusive materials if you join this course. The topic of not the course, the lecture. So the topic of the lecture is structures for speaking, parts 1, 2, and 3, and there will be a lot of different games and activities. So yeah, really excited to see you guys. There's going to be only 50 people there, so it's going to be much smaller, and we're going to have 2 hours, so I can probably talk to like a lot of you. So yeah, have a great day, guys. I'll see you. Bye-bye. See you, everyone. That's it for today.